Give it up for Abdalla Al Qassab. And I'm sorry, before you start, he will also be doing face reading.
Face reading.
For some of you, and the money is going to go for charity.
It's gonna cost you 20 dirhams to face read you. Face reading basically tells you the darkest, deepest secrets, fear that you have. Again, I'm not gonna give advices how to deal with them. That's up to you to do. This is why we have something called niche for you to fulfill. But we will read your face. Honestly, yesterday in Wafi, I made a girl cry. I'm sorry. So if you have the guts to know yourself, I'll be there. If you don't, no, you know you're bad in sounds. I'm not going to read you. He was a sound engineer in the TEDx. I'm sorry, I have a bad habit of emptying my pockets before I talk. And I talk way too fast. So if I do talk way too fast, flash a camera, I'll take in the radar, I'll stop. Abdalla Al Qassab is my name. In English it does not sound funny because Abdalla Al Qassab in English is servant of God, the butcher. I do not translate my name as an Arab in foreign countries, not to get in trouble. When they once asked me in Italy what your name means, I said it means walnuts. Why did they call you walnuts? I was like, I don't know, my dad loves nuts, I don't know. And I said, what does your name is? Scopa casa. I was like, what does scopa casa mean? It's scopa casa, it's to deliver. I said, so okay, he can deliver my nuts. It's okay, I'm fine. Abdalla Al Qassab is a local guy, just like you. And I'm not going to talk about me. I'm not going to talk about what I do, nor what I like to do, nor what is my niche, nor what is my passion. I'm going to talk about a guy who made all your passion or niche be possible. I'm going to talk about a guy who God made him a reason that you guys are all here. I'm talking about a guy who God made him a reason you have higher cause of technology in Fujairah. I'm going to talk about a guy who God made him a reason for all those speakers to come today to talk about their passion to inspire you. I'm going to talk about the guy who lived all his life for you. Yes, there is a guy. Sadly, we listen to the media, and the media who knows absolutely, apparently nothing about the guy. This guy was born rich with a golden spoon in his mouth, mostly actually a diamond spoon in his mouth, from a very famous family. This guy, his dad got assassinated for the love of power and money. So this man, raised as an orphan in Al-Ain. Getting there, the name's popping, it will pop. Yeah? Now this man got raised in Al-Ain, watching all the tribal leaders fighting over camels. Camels, not only anything else, camels, fighting over wealth, killing each other. And they had tribes famous for being killers on the high, attacking other tribes. And that guy rose seeing that. And that guy was raised in Al-Ain. And the water was water owned only by the leaders and the family that rules. So the other people did not have much water in that country, in Al-Ain. And then that guy became the prince of Al-Ain. He became the governor, presenter. This guy's name, can anybody guess the guy's name? Bless you all, Sheikh Zayed. Well, that guy does not need your clap, by the way. That guy needs your prayers. Still, I'm a funny guy outside, but this talk is very serious for me. Now, this guy becomes the president of Al-Ain, yeah? Or the Sheikh of Al-Ain. And then he sees Al-Ain needs something. Those people need agriculture, need wealth, they need strength in their country. He has everything he wants. He got the water, he got all the best camels, and he had a female camel, Naqa, and her name was Ghazala. The Arabs would kill to ride up Ghazala. The only man who was lucky enough to ride that camel was Mubarak bin London, Wilfred Thizger, and all Arabs were amazed that Sheikh Zayed gave Mubarak bin London this camel to ride from Abu Dhabi all the way to Sharjah. And that Ghazala did it. So he has everything, the luxurious camels, the water, the land, the power, and the respect of all the Bedouins. He does not need to care for the people of Ain, does he now? But this guy says Al-Ain people need the water for their agriculture. And then he gives his own share. Everybody else did not. He talked to the other sheikhs. They said, no, our water for us. Excuse me, go. He opened his share for everybody. And then he brought people from the Al-Awamir in Oman. He went all the way to the villages of Oman, brought the Awamir from there, some of the Awamir from there, to Al-Ain to open the canals of water, Al-Aflaj. Yeah, the canals of water, on his own money, for the people that he does not even know their names, for their own sake. And then people see Al-Ain rises up from the ashes, becoming famous in agriculture. And then the other Arab leaders build in and collaborate. And then Al-Ain becomes the capital of agriculture in that region. And then people are looking at it with greed. Before they were looking at it, no, it's just Al-Ain. That guy later on becomes the governor of Abu Dhabi. Now this guy, this man, has 90% of the fuel, 80% of the land. Even Sheikh Sultan Qasmi said in a documentary once, Sheikh Zayed had 6 of 7 of UAE. يمتلك 6 على 7 من الإمارات. يمتلك 6 على 7 من الإمارات. يمتلك 6 على 7 من الإمارات. Sheikh Sultan kept on repeating that for the audience. 6 out of 7 of UAE is Abu Dhabi. 80% of the land, 90% of the fuel. He does not need Fujairah, he does not need Sharjah, he does not need Ras Al Khaimah. Does he? Nor Qatar, nor Bahrain. But Sheikh Zayed sits one day and says, Arabs should be united. It was in the early 60s where Arabs were losing wars. Egypt was filled with afyun and drugs. Arabs had that war in 1967, they're losing it. And people are just promises. Palestine is lost, the land is gone, all the Arabs' pride is going down the drain. And only what we had is promises, promises, promises. And Sheikh Zayed says, no, it's time to act. He travels to Qatar, he travels to Bahrain, he travels all around the rest of the 7 Emirates to unite us. Why? We'll know. Now, later on, he puts budget, because you want to make a conference, aren't you? You need a budget. You made this event, you need a budget, don't you? You need sponsors. Nobody wants to sponsor. Nobody's putting in the budget. He puts from his own money. 0.4 million pounds, 400,000 pounds. In the old days, in the 60s, how much is that? That's a fortune, and that's from his own pocket. So they will come and they will meet, and yet we don't know, are they agreeing or not? And that goes from the early 60s all the way to the 70s, 10 years, and he's just begging you to unite. 10 years, it's just unite, let's be strong. 10 years of his life, all what he wants is your benefit. And people don't get that yet. And he does say still. It goes from 0.4 million pounds all the way to 2,400,000 pounds. God. 2.4 million pounds in the old days. From his own pocket. So he had to make more money in his business to put it into people. The more God gave him, he gave to people. He never stopped, to the point that his consultants, who were mostly Arabs by the way at that time, from the tribal leaders who believed in what he said, they reached to the point that said, Sheikh Zayed, please, there is no hope, stop. They reached to the point when they said, stop. Everybody here is not honest about their unity, stop. Don't kill yourself for them if they don't want it. And he said, no, I will. Everything I say is documented. There is a book that sells that, by the way. Everything I say is documented. He said, no, we will do this. I will unite the Arabs under one flag for their own good. And I will take no single dime as a profit for that. He gave up many things to unite. Yet, Bahrain and Qatar decide not to. Bahrain and Qatar, so we still with 7 Emirates. An example of how hard it is. How long do you think it takes a drive from Abu Dhabi to Fujairah? if I'm going to meet you guys? 2.5 from Dubai or from Abu Dhabi? It took me 4 hours. I don't know why. So, well, 2 hours. If it was a local guy, it will be 40 minutes, 12,000 dirhams and 24 points. You know how long it took Sheikh Zayed? Bear in your mind, it will be a convoy of 4 or 5 cars. Bear in your mind, it was 60 years ago in the heat. Bear in your mind, there is no AC in the car. There is no MP3 player in the car. There is no suspension in the car. It was a metal box on 4 wheels. That's it. That was the Land Rover in the old days. And if one car breaks down, the rest of the 5 will wait until that car is out. If that car gets stuck in the sand, the other cars will wait and work out to get it out. You know how long it took Sheikh Zayed to reach here? 12 hours straight. 12 hours. 12 hours talking to them before it in 2-3 days is go to Fujairah. And they know 4 cars, how many times we will stop Zayed? No, we will go to Fujairah. We want them to unite. Why? They need to. Why? I'll tell you later. Why? I'll tell you later. Let's go. And I will make them an offer they cannot refuse. Why? They will know later on, and I will tell you why later on. So he gets in his Land Rover with all his companions, and they drive to Fujairah, and they stop God knows how many times. It took him 12 hours straight. He reaches here. He's feverish. He cannot even stand. Imagine you're that tired. 12 hours straight. How many times those cars stopped? How many times his followers say, Zayed, khalas, we are getting tired. He says, no, we will move on. How many times he needed to motivate himself and his friends and still keep up high spirit to reach Fujairah. Can you imagine how hard that was? Did you ever thought of that? And then he reached here, Fujairah, this city where TEDx is happening today. And he offers you this. He says, unite with me and I'll build you free schools. Unite with me, I'll build you free hospitals. Unite with me, I'll pave those roads. Unite with me, I'll build masjids for you to pray. Unite with me, and I'll light up those streets so you'll go pray, not in darkness, but in pure, beautiful light. Unite with me, I'll send your children abroad. They will study and they will come back. Unite with me, I'll feed your orphans. As I'm being an orphan, I know how orphans feel, he will say. I will feed your orphans. I will feed your widows. I'll feed your old seniors. I will feed the new married. Not from the new government budget. No, from my own pocket. We all know Shu'un, don't we? It's from his own pocket. His own budget. Why, Zayed? Honestly, why? There was no fuel in Fujairah. There was no fuel in Ras Al Khaimah. Sharjah in the old days had some gas, and Dubai some oil rigs in the sea, and that was it. But yet it was not to his own pocket. Again, why would he drive all that for you? What did we do in back? He did not wait for a payback. Yet, after 30, 40 years of unity, we do those national parades on the road. And the streets are more dirtier than they were before, and a municipality cleaner comes and cleans it. That is not real love, my brothers and sisters. That is not real love, that's fake. Don't just go to that parade and make it dirty. Get up in the morning, go clean. I did not make it dirty. Well, Sheikh Zayed did not build the country for himself, he built it for you. Go and clean. Show him real love. Why? But why? Again, why? He had one answer. His niche was you, me, all of us. That was his niche. It's people getting enough to live safely. No more bloodshed. I saw bloodshed in my own family. I don't want to see bloodshed around people. And if unity was not here, a lot of us will not be existed because our fathers and ancestors died in a battle over a camel or this big land. Find your niche today. Get passionate about it. You better be if you have a niche. And then do that. And then pay back for the country through that. Because this is what Zayed did. His niche was you. And I think this is an idea worth spreading. Thank you so much.